Hello, this is Mr. Collier, and today we're going to attempt this Escher's lizard tessellation in Geometer Sketchpad. Okay, so if you look closely at this tessellation, you might see some lines here, and they are in the shape of a hexagon. So this whole shape is made from a hexagon that is kind of warped into a lizard shape and then tessellated over and over again. So we're going to be doing this today, and we're going to go to this website to help us do this. So I'm going to go to Geometer Sketchpad. I'm also going to have this website open so I can see this little graphic to help me out. So in Geometer Sketchpad, I'm just going to minimize this a bit, or just move the window a bit so I can see that there to help me out. So I'm going to start off with a hexagon. I'm going to make a line, and then I'm going to make an equilateral triangle. So I'm going to select everything. I'm going to double click on this point to make it a point of rotation. Then I'm going to rotate and 60 degrees. Okay, now to make the other segment, I can just click on, I can click on these 2 points, and Command L will give me a line segment. So I have an equilateral triangle. To make a hexagon, I select it, double click on this point, rotate 60 degrees, and it's already still selected, so I can double click and rotate 60 degrees, and I can keep doing this over and over again. Rotate, and just one more. Okay, so I've got a hexagon. Now I don't need all these line segments here. I'm not going to delete them though. I always hide. So I'm going to hide. Oops, let me try that one more time. So I'm command clicking them all. Oh, if you miss one, you got to start all over again. Hang on. Actually, let me do this. I don't need that point in the middle either, so I'm just going to select everything in the middle. There we go. I got everything selected that I need to hide. You can go up to, where is that at? Display, hide objects. So it's just Command H. So you can press Command H or go up there, and they're all hidden. And next, actually, I don't want these lines to be blue, so I'm just going to change them to black now before I continue. So I'm going to color black. Alright, so I've got my hexagon ready. We're going to take a look here at what's happening. Now, if you notice, there's 3 points on the hexagon that are very important, so I'm going to select those and actually make them a different color so that I can always see where those points are. So I'm going to go to display. Let me select those again, all 3 of those points. Display, color, and perhaps I'll make them green or something so they stand out from the other points. Okay, and I need to color the other 3 points of the hexagon a different color as well. I've got them blue there now, so yeah, just make sure, I guess we'll keep them as blue. And then the rest of my points I'll continue using red, so I'm going to change the color now to red. 4 points, so I made that little point there, I changed the color to red, now all my points in the future will be red. So we're going to continue with our design here. We're going to make this foot thing on this side over here, so I'm going to click this line segment tool, and I'm going to start making a foot. Okay, so I'm going to go across there, and I'm going to go up and make a little foot shape. Okay, the more line segments you use, the more accurate and it'll be. So I'm going to go over here towards and touch the side of the hexagon, and I'm going to kind of go inward here and make the head. Well, actually, I'm done there. I've connected to the vertex. So now I'm going to hide this line segment of the hexagon. I don't need that anymore, so I'm going to Command H. And wait a second, my line segments have gone back to blue. Let me just make sure my line segments are black. I'm going to keep them black. So color black. Alright. And now I'm going to rotate this whole section here from point to point. I'm going to select everything here, points and segments, Okay, I got them all selected. I can double click on this, and I need to, that's my center of rotation now. I'm going to rotate 120 degrees because there's 120 degrees in a regular hexagon. I'm going to hide this line segment, Command H, and there we go, starting to kind of look like a lizard. There's kind of a head looking thing here. And I need to make this bottom side here now, so I'm going to make a foot on the bottom, as you can see over here. So I'm going to go to Line Segment Tool. I'm going to select here, and I'm going to make a continue on with a foot type thing here. Alright, that kind of looks like a foot, I guess. And I'm going to go up here and make another foot. Same shape I see in the diagram to the left. Alright, so I'm done that section. I'm going to Command H to hide that. This one still looks blue over here. I'm going to change the color to black. Alright. Alright, so this section needs to be rotated as well. So I'm going to select every part, holding Command and clicking on every part of it. I think I got it all. I'm going to double click on this point, and I'm going to rotate 120 degrees. I don't need this original hexagon side length, so I'm going to Command H. And then for the last side we need a tail and then an indentation here. So I'm going to start actually at the vertex and make a tail. It doesn't have to look exactly like it does in the picture there. So I'm just going to try to make a tail and connect it to the side here. And then go in here and make this indentation like this. Okay, when I get back to this vertex, I'm going to stop. We're going to click on this side length and hide it. Command H. So, and then I'm going to rotate the whole thing here. So I'm going to select as much as I can without overlapping and select the rest of it. Okay, and double click here and rotate 120 degrees. And I'm going to click on the line segment from the original one and Command H to hide it. Alright, so now it's kind of a lizard shape. If I select a certain point, I can start to warp it a bit. Maybe that'll get you a bit of a better shape, maybe. So you can play around with it a bit. It's kind of hard to do because each point affects the other side a lot. Alright, so that's kind of a little bit better. I mean, with this knee thing. Alright, so that's good enough for me. Maybe I'll move this point actually. Makes his tail smaller. Alright. Alright, I'm going to go for that. Alright, you might want to decorate it a bit now before we start tessellating, so I'm going to make a couple circles. Here and here, so I've got some eyes on it. Alright, and you can also make, with line segment tool, you can make some spikes on the back or something like that. Alright, just going to do one more set of spikes. And now I'm going to color and decorate. I don't need these points here on this spike, so I'm going to hide those first. And I'm going to hide these points on the eyeballs, or on the eyes here. Okay, looks pretty good. And now I'm going to color the lizard, so I'm actually going to make it a polygon. So I'm going to click on every single point in order. If you miss one, you got to start again, so you got to be very careful and take your time with this. I'm holding Command. I'm clicking on every single point on the outside here. Okay, so I selected them all. I think I should be able to go to Polygon Interior now, or just Command P, and there you go. You've got a polygon that looks like a gecko, and I'm going to maybe even leave it that color, or maybe I'll change it. So you can change the color. You can also go to Other for color and select your very own color by moving around this color wheel type thing. I'm going to make this purple gecko, I suppose, something like that, or violet gecko. Now, once I got this polygon made, I don't actually need all these points. What I need is, I think I just need these important points that I have colored a different color before. So I'm going to highlight all the red points now and hide them. I can just do that a few at a time and Command H. So I don't need any of those anymore. And Command H and so forth. Okay, I've got that done. Now I'm going to rotate or tessellate this entire lizard. So I've selected everything. I'm going to double click on this point and I'm going to rotate. And okay, 120 degrees works. And you can see another head fits in here. I've already got it still highlighted. So please don't click anything outside right now. We want to keep that highlighted. Double click on there again, or actually I don't think you even need to click. You just go back up to rotate and rotate 120 degrees, and I've got 3 of them there. Alright, and you could even do that again actually. Perhaps, actually maybe that won't work. We'll translate another way in a second. Let's just unclick here now and maybe start coloring differently. So I'm going to make 3 different colors. Color maybe blue, and this one, even go to that color wheel, select something you like, as green color maybe. Alright, looks good. Oh, it looks good enough. Alright, so next I'm going to try and tessellate and make another set of lizards right here. Notice this is the tail section right here. So I want so basically I can take this whole part and make it fit in right here. If you see this tail here, it should fit in right here. So we can make a vector. Alright, I'm going to click on this point and then on this point, and then I'm going to go to transform and mark vector. So that means this vector is marked. If I now do Command A and select everything and go to transform and translate, then there we go, we got a bunch of lizards up here as well. Alright, now I can do the same thing again. I can actually, let me try that again. So notice this purple guy can fit right into there. So I can click on this point and then this point and mark vector. Then I'm going to Command A and then I'm going to translate, and there we go, it fits up here. Okay. Alright. So now you got a bunch of geckos in here. We can do that again, maybe fit Now here a blue gecko or a turquoise gecko, wherever that is, can fit in right there. Actually I can fit maybe the whole thing over here. So I can move this blue gecko to right here, right? So this point on this blue gecko corresponds to this gap right here. Okay, so we can make this blue gecko go over here. So I'm going to select on this point, and then this point. Then I'm going to mark vector, Command A, and then I'm going to translate. And it's all over there. Okay, and you can keep doing this and make it more and more and more. Like, for example, this green gecko right here. If I click on his tail, if I look up at this green gecko gap right here, there should be a green gecko there. I click here. Then I click Mark Vector. I'm do Command A to select everything. And then I'm going to translate. And it just keeps going. Now I have a bunch there, right? Bunch of lizards. So I'm going to click off on the white space here now. I can, well, you can remove or hide some more of these points if you need to. If I want to print, I can go to File. You want to go to Print Preview first, I believe. Alright, so this is going to print on 20 pages if we print right now. So we can click Fit to Page, and it'll print on 1 page. Alright, or you can do Custom Page Scale, and you can fill up a whole page and print like so. Okay, so if you print that off, it's going to look exactly like that. And then you click Print. Alright, and then you change it to color if you want, and it'll just print one side.